Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishubhad Paramahamsa Parivraja Kacharya Ashatara Sata Sri Srimati His Grace et Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishubhad Paramahamsa Parivraja Kacharya Ashatara Sata Sri Srimati His Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se karo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai. Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Samalivatis. All glories to the Samalivatis. All glories to the Samalivatis. All glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sri Sri Gaunitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki jai. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 25th chapter, sloka number 62. Viprabdha Mahishya Evam Sarva Prakriti Vanshitaha Naichan Anukaroti Agyaha Klaibyat Kridamrugaha Yata Viparabdho Mahishaivam Sarva Prakriti Vanshitaha Nechan Anukaroti Agyaha Klaibyat Kridamrugo Yata Viparabdho Mahishaivam Sarva Prakriti Vanshitaha Nechan Anukarotyagyah Klaibyat Kridam Mrugodyatha Vipralabdho Mahishaivam Sarva Prakriti Vanshitaha Nechan Anukarotyagyah Klaibyat Kridam Mrugodyatha. Vaishnavis, Vipralabdha, captivated Mahishya by the queen, evam, thus, sarva, all, prakriti, existence, vanchitaha, being cheated, naichan, without desiring, anukarvati, used to follow and imitate, agyaha, the foolish king, klaibyat, by force, krida mrugaha, a pet animal, yata, just like. Translation. In this way, King Puranjana was captivated by his nice wife and was thus cheated. Indeed, he became cheated in his whole existence in the material world. Even against that poor foolish king's desire, he remained under the control of his wife, just like a pet animal that dances according to the order of its master. Please repeat. In this way, King Puranjana was captivated by his nice wife and was just cheated. Indeed, he became cheated in his whole existence in the material world, even against that poor foolish king's desire. He remained under the control of his wife, just like a pet animal that dances according to the order of its master. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The word Vipralabdha is very significant in this verse. Vi means specifically, and Pralabdha means obtained, just to satisfy his desires. The king got the queen, and thus he became cheated by material existence. Although he was not willing to do so, he remained a pet animal under the control of material intelligence. Just as a pet monkey dances according to the desires of its master, the king danced according to the desires of the queen. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Skanda, 5th chapter, 2nd sloka, it is said, Mahatsevam dvaram ahur vimuktehe. If one associates with a saintly person, a devotee, one's path of liberation becomes clear. But if one associates with a woman or with a person who is too much addicted to a woman, his path of bondage becomes completely clear. On the whole, for spiritual advancement, one must give up the company of women. This is what is meant by the order of sannyas, the renounced order. Before taking sannyas, or completely renouncing the material world, one has to practice avoiding illicit sex. Sex life, licit or illicit, is practically the same. But through illicit sex, one becomes more and more captivated. By regulating one's sex life, there is a chance that one may eventually be able to renounce sex or renounce the association of women. If this can be done, advancement in spiritual life becomes very easily. How one becomes captivated by the association of one's dear wife is explained in this chapter by Narada Muni. Attraction for one's wife means attraction for the material qualities. One who is attracted by the material quality of darkness is in the lowest stage of life, whereas one who is attracted by the material quality of goodness is in a better position. Sometimes we see that when a person is on the platform of material goodness, he is attracted more or less by the cultivation of knowledge. This is, of course, a better position, for knowledge gives one the preference to accept devotional service. Unless once to the platform of knowledge, the Brahma Bhuta stage, one cannot advance in devotional service. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 54th sloka, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasotchati Nakanchati Samasarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Navate Param. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. The platform of knowledge is advantageous because it is a means by which one may come to the stage of devotional service. However, if one takes to devotional service directly, knowledge is revealed without separate endeavor. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Skanda, 2nd chapter, 7th sloka. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatya Suvairagyam Jnanam Chayadahaitukam. Devotional service automatically reveals actual knowledge of our material existence. One who is sufficiently intelligent immediately attains the stage of renunciation of so-called society, family, and love, as well as other things. As long as we are attached to society, family, and love of the material world, there is no question of knowledge, nor is there a question of devotional service. By directly taking to devotional service, however, one becomes filled with knowledge and renunciation. In this way, one's life becomes successful. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the first Skanda, 25th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Descriptions of the Characteristics of King Puranjana. Om Jnana Timidandasya Jnananjana Sadakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanska Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Sri Lalita Sri Visakam Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasya Gutare Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pachaline Nirvese Shazunyavadi Paschata Redatarine. So this is the last sloka of the 25th chapter, 4th Skanda, entitled The Characteristics of King Puranjana. Throughout the chapter, Narada Muni has described to King Prachena Parishit the story of King Puranjana in order to indicate to King Prachena Parishit that he may change his life for the better. This is an allegorical story depicting a king, just like King Prachena Parishit. King Puranjana is also a king, but this is only a story made up by Narada Muni as an allegory. So this king is wandering, and at one point, after crossing one very beautiful city, he meets a beautiful young girl, immediately establishes contact with her, and in this way, gradually, by speaking to her in a very sweet manner, he attracts her also. She is also attracted. So both of them are making a combination. So this is a combination in this allegory of the conditioned soul represented by King Puranjana and this young girl representing material intelligence. So conditional life means that we have come to this world. We are pure spirit soul, but this spirit soul is covered by Maya. This Maya assumes the shape of a gross body, which is having 9 gates in the human form, and it is also enveloped by a subtle body made of mind and intelligence. So the spirit soul, even though pure in nature, but it is small and it is having less power. The Supreme Lord is having infinite power. And Mama Evamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Lord Krishna said that this Jiva is my own part and parcel. It is very limited in power. In this way, it is covered by the external energy, and it comes under the control of material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are many slokas indicating how the spirit soul is being controlled by the external energy. In the 3rd chapter, 37th sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in reply to Arjuna, Arjuna is asking, my dear Lord Krishna, how is it that even though we are not willing to commit any sinful activities, we don't want to commit anything wrong, but somehow we are forced to commit sinful activities. That is a very distressful condition, and Arjuna is very inquisitive to find what is the answer to that. We are here, just like now the Battle of Kurukshetra is going to happen between these cousin brothers. How is it possible? We are supposed to be all friendly, and we don't have actually any enmity towards anyone in our pure consciousness, but somehow now we are going to fight against each other, and this is not our own disposition. So how is it possible, oh Lord Krishna, please tell me why we are forced to commit sinful activities? Lord Krishna understands the importance of the question, and he is answering in this very sloka 37, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kama Isha Krodha Isha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapma Vidyena Miha Vairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of the world. So that is the answer, Lord Krishna. You have no control. Here in this Bhagavatam sloka, the Narada Muni is describing this King Puranjana as a puppet, as a pet animal, which is directly under the control of its master. And Prabhupada explains in the purport, a monkey you can capture, you can bring monkey to your house. Gradually monkey will be very obedient, and you can tell monkey, you can provoke the monkey to do anything. So monkey will be completely under the control of its master. Like that, animals can be controlled in this manner. Why only animals? Human beings also are completely under the control of material nature. So this is the very important instruction we get from Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in a very practical, easy to understand. We cannot forget this. And in this connection, there is a very nice story that we have learned from ancient times in the country of Persia. Persia is famous for its very strongly built and strongly minded population. So there was a discussion between the king of Persia, the emperor, and his prime minister. The conversation was about what is the relationship in my kingdom between husband and wife. The prime minister told the king very frankly, let me tell you very frankly, every husband is handpicked. Handpicked means a slave of its wife. Whatever the wife tells, husband will do. He will not discuss, he will not object. Whatever she wants, he will do. The king was somewhat he did not accept this proposition. He said, no, why you are telling like that? No. It's not true, not true. Oh. Then the prime minister, he said, okay, we'll have a meeting. We'll call all people and we'll have some assembly and we'll have a discussion and we'll see what is the behavior of all your people. So there was, in this way, the king called all people of the city to come and let us gather in this open place. Now the king addressed the assembly. My dear sir, thank you very much for coming. Now we shall do something. All those who are handpicked husbands, kindly you sit on the right side. And those who are not handpicked husbands, please you sit on the left side. So when the king told this, immediately everybody came on the right side. Everybody understood, yes, I'm a handpicked husband. So everybody sat on the right side. Then the king was very much surprised, and he was looking again. And he, no. He spoke to Prime Minister, said, no, see, one man is sitting on the left side. So Prime Minister said, all right, let us go and speak to him. Let us go to him. Then they went to that man who was on the left side, and they told him that, you are sitting on the left side. Everybody is on the right side. Why you are sitting here? Why did you sit on the left side? Then that man is telling, see, my wife told me to sit here, so I'm sitting here. So that indicates the whole story. Everybody, no exception, except those who are on the spiritual platform. They are not slaves. They have been able to conquer their senses, and their mind intelligence. They are not following the material intelligence, and they are following instead the spiritual intelligence full of knowledge. So to read the purport of this 37th sloka, beginning, when a living entity comes in contact with the material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust in association with the mode of passion. Or in other words, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust, as milk in contact with sour tamarind is transformed into yogurt. Then again, when lust is unsatisfied, it turns into wrath. Wrath is transformed into illusion, and illusion continues the material existence. Therefore, lust is the greatest enemy of the living entity, and it is lust only which induces the pure living entity to remain entangled in the material world. Wrath is the manifestation of the mode of ignorance. These modes exhibit themselves as wrath and other corollaries. If therefore the mode of passion, instead of being degraded into the mode of ignorance, is elevated to the mode of goodness by the prescribed method of living and acting, then one can be saved from the degradation of wrath by spiritual attachment. So one has to direct one's attachment for spiritual objective. The ultimate objective of life is to go back home, back to Godhead, to become attached to Krishna in devotional service. This is our constitutional position, Swarupa. And when we come in contact with material world, this original love of Godhead becomes covered, and love becomes transformed into lust. So in one sense, lust is also coming from Krishna. Brahma Sutra, first chapter, second sutra, Janma Dhyasya Yadaha. So, Janma Adi means everything. Everything in the material world, in the spiritual world, everything is coming from the Supreme Absolute Truth, Lord Krishna. So therefore, Lord Krishna is also, somebody may say, Lord Krishna is the origin of lust. So how can I avoid this? Then Krishna is responsible. I am just acting on his behalf under the control of the Supreme Lord. So that is why I'm in the material world. But Lord Krishna gives every living entity a small amount of freedom that is should be utilized by the living entity to overcome the defects of this material existence and come back to the spiritual position of our relationship with Krishna. So we are here in the material world to make the best use of a bad bargain, as Krishna Prabhupada is sometimes telling. This body is a bad bargain. We have to make the best use of it. Yes, we can do by properly utilizing our freedom given by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna actually wants that the living entity should go back to Godhead. And he is giving that liberty to the living entity to choose the spiritual direction. And he is helping also anyone who has a slight inclination. Lord Krishna is helping within the heart. Within the heart, Lord Krishna is directing the living entity. If anybody has a slight inclination to achieve perfection of life, developing spiritual knowledge, Lord Krishna very kindly, he is our best friend, and he is directing us to the spiritual master. By this combination of spiritual master, Lord Krishna, then we can, by hearing about the glories of Lord Krishna, by directing our lives, by following regulative principles, serving the spiritual master, one can make a change in our lives. And we can, in this way, be freed from this confinement. The woman here is described as allurement. She is alluring the man. But both of them, either man or woman, can achieve perfection. One lady disciple asked from Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, as women, what special rules should we follow? What special principles we should follow? And Prabhupada answered to that, if you think you are a woman, then there will be so many rules and regulations. You should not think like this. Don't think you are a woman. That is the bodily concept of life. Neither are we men or women. We have nothing to do with these designations. That is a proper knowledge. That is ABC of knowledge, as instructed by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. So we have to come to that platform of understanding the difference between body and soul. And this is the beginning. From that point, we can make further progress and developing devotional service to Lord Krishna, utilizing this body in the service of Krishna. Not only this body, everyone. And if man and woman are married together, then that also can be useful in devotional service. Srila Prabhupada, as a sannyasi, he was considering that I have nothing to do with this marriage. I'm only a teacher. I came here to teach Krishna consciousness. So I have nothing to do with the private lives of these followers and disciples. That is one idea. But then Prabhupada considered that if I do not give any proper advice to my disciples, followers, then they will never be able to come to the level of Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada in this way was the first sannyasi in our sampradaya to arrange for marriage and participate in marriage ceremonies between his disciples. He considered that these American boys and girls, they are brought up in this way of life, mingling together without any shame or whatever, openly in the street, this is going on. And Prabhupada considered that they have to follow some principles. Then at least from that point, they can make further progress. Otherwise, how can they follow the gradual development of Krishna consciousness? In this way, Prabhupada considered that these boys and girls, at least some of them were very well situated, they were very dutiful, obedient to Srila Prabhupada, they remained brahmacharis, and some of them were little mentally disturbed by this karma. And in this way, Prabhupada understood that so marriage was arranged, and Prabhupada ordained them and told them, this union, man-woman, is not material. Now, this is a spiritual union, and together you have to help each other by right association and develop Krishna consciousness. And if children are coming, the children also should be educated in Krishna consciousness. So that was the scheme developed by Srila Prabhupada, which was very successful. Otherwise, how some brahmachari in America, Europe, could join our society in this way. It is not so common. Most by getting married, then gradually they can also develop Krishna consciousness if they follow properly the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was sometimes reflecting on this success, considering that I sent to London for preaching, for developing a center there in London. I sent 4 couples, married couples. My spiritual master, earlier in the 1930s, he sent pure sannyasis, very learned sannyasis. And there in London, they had some meetings with some intellectuals and a member of the higher classes. And they gave lectures in this way. But they came back from London, went to Berlin also. They came back, no result. No result. Now I'm sending these grihastas to London, and Prabhupada could see that how successful they have been in preaching and developing the Hare Krishna movement in England. It was so successful. The Beatles, as you know, became interested. George Harrison, they gave some land to develop a center. They made a record, and the record became #1 in Europe of all the songs. It was the #1 song at that time, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada was successful in implementing this regulated Vedic marriage. Otherwise, if it is not regulated, then it is simply ignorance. So this is what is the lesson that we derive from this chapter, Characteristics of King Puranjana. This is the last sloka. The ultimate conclusion is that one should avoid material association, man-woman. If we want association, that should be only on the spiritual platform. That is allowed. But materially speaking, there should not be any such association. Otherwise, there is no question of making any progress in spiritual life. And to give an example of another instruction that Prabhupada had given to Hansadutta, at that time he was in charge of the German yatra. At that time Hansadutta was married, Hemavati, very nice devotee. Together they were preaching there in Germany. So some young generation became interested and they are joining the yatra there in Germany. And Prabhupada gave instruction to Hansadutta that you train every boy to remain brahmachari. All right. And you arrange marriage for all the girls. These 2 instructions. So Hansadutta thinking, Prabhupada, how is it possible to follow these 2 instructions? Then Prabhupada said, this is your management. So Prabhupada, in this way, instructed the temple president. This instruction, we should not think that, 50 years ago, Prabhupada spoke like this. Now time have changed. We should always consider Prabhupada's instructions as eternal instructions, not 50 years ago, and now everything is different. We should always consider, keep in mind, and try our best to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. so that we can make progress in spiritual life. So today is also the appearance, actually tonight. Midnight is considered to be the time of appearance of Radha Kund. 2 lakes are there in Vrindavan, Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. They are very special because these were the places where Radha Krishna had their pastimes 5,000 years ago. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan, he was going in Vrindavan trying to find out and inquiring from local people, where is this place, where is that place? Yamuna is still there, Vrindavan was still there, Govardhan was still there. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked local people, where is Radha Kund, Shyam Kund? Then people, no, we have never heard. We don't know. We don't know what are these lakes. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. He is Lord Krishna himself. So he was coming there to again experience his Krishna Leela in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood that this particular field is actually Radha Kund, and next to it is Shyam Kund. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave important instruction. Immediately the Kund was revived, and then some wealthy followers, merchants, they came, established banks, gate and ghat on Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. So today also these ghats are made so that we can enter into Radha Kund, just like Srila Prabhupada took us to Radha Kund in 1972 November, and we were all very enlivened. Prabhupada went into the water of Radha Kund and very blissfully in this way took baths in Radha Kund, and all the other disciples one by one also took baths in Radha Kund. So Srila Prabhupada told us the importance. Radha Kund is not ordinary water. In the Upadeshamrita also, Srila Rupa Goswami says that anyone to take baths in Radha Kund is eligible to develop pure love of Krishna, Krishna Prema. This is liquid Krishna Prema. The personal energy of Srimati Radharani, nothing else than that. But Prabhupada told also that this is the last sloka of Upadeshamrita, giving the perfection of Krishna Prema, bathing in Radha Kund. But now you have to follow from the beginning, Upadeshamrita, not just the last instruction. You take the first instruction, Vacho Vegam, Manaso Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaropasto Vegam, and so on. You have to follow from beginning Upadeshamrita. Then gradually, then you become eligible to take baths in Radha Kund and take the full benefit out of it. So we are very fortunate at that time. We had no qualification, no Vachovegam, Manaso Krodavegam, nothing like that. But Prabhupada took us in the water of Radha Kund. That was our great fortune. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So how this Radha Kund came into existence? It is eternal. Vrindavan And all the holy spots of Vrindavan are eternal. They are eternal in Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavan, and they are eternal in this material world in Vrindavan. But sometimes, due to Kali Yuga influence, they are covered. Our vision is covered. If we can get the mercy of Srimati Radharani to go to Vrindavan, not just by purchasing a train ticket, I'll go to Vrindavan. That is not the way of going to Vrindavan. The way to Vrindavan is by praying to Srimati Radharani. Please give me your mercy. Please, I want to go to Vrindavan. Please help me to go to Vrindavan. In this way, Srimati Radharani, by her mercy only, we can go to Vrindavan. So there, how this lake, Radhakund came in the Leela. This is a Leela. At that time, Sri Lord Krishna had just killed Arishtasura. Arishtasura came in the form of a bull sent by Kansa to kill Krishna and others. And Lord Krishna killed Arishtasura, a big demon. And the gopis came to know about it, and they were quite upset. They were thinking that how Krishna can kill a bull. A bull is holy, like a cow. How Krishna can kill a bull? So they told Krishna, Radharani told Lord Krishna, my dear Lord Krishna, how did you kill a bull? It is not proper. Krishna says, he is not a bull. He is a demon. He is Asura. He is not a bull. And Radharani said, no, why you are talking like this? Don't talk to me like this. And then she started to, all the other gopis all together came with Srimati Radharani, and they went to their spot. And breaking their bangle, they started to excavate the place. And gradually the water came, and that became Radhakund. And in this way, Radharani and the gopis, they had their own place for taking bath. And this was the Leela. And Lord Krishna then he said, oh, very good. You have made beautiful lake. I will also take bath in your lake. No. You cannot take bath in our lake. And Lord Krishna said, all right, I'll make my own lake. Or as you like, you can make your own lake. And Lord Krishna called for all the rivers of India. 7 holy rivers are there. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, and Kaveri, and all the Godavari, like that. All the holy rivers of India, they came to Lord Krishna. Yes, what can I do? What can I do for you? And Lord Krishna told them, give me your waters. You be here, and we'll have a lake. Okay. So in this way, Shyamkund also became established by Lord Krishna, just adjacent to Radhakund. So Radhakund, Shyamkund, these two kunds are very beautiful, and whoever goes to Vrindavan can take darshan of these two kunds and remember Krishna Lila in this manner. So we can end here this class. Any questions or comments? So I hope that everybody will remember this lesson today of Srimad Bhagavatam, how from the beginning we should cultivate Krishna consciousness, otherwise we become victim of Maya. We think we are very big, but Krishna says, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa. Ahankara iti amme ahankarati amme kartahamiti manyati. We think we are very big, we are very powerful, we have a lot of, no, we went to school, no, we got PhD and so on, and I can do so many things. But Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani, gunai karmani sarvasa. In all respects, sarvasa. We are under the control of Maya, Prakriti, not the higher Prakriti, lower Prakriti, lower Guna, Rajagun, Tamagun. Very few are Sattvagun. Mostly Rajagun, Tamagun. So this situation, this is the, we should try for ourselves, try to understand for yourself. This is my situation. I'm completely under control of Prakriti. So we want to come out of that. And Lord Krishna gives the remedy. Man manava bhavanat bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. In this way, we have to follow Krishna's advice. You think of me, become my devotee. You bow down to me. In this way, you will overcome this most powerful Maya. Otherwise, there is no solution. So this is the lesson today, and we should try, including myself, of course, first of all, to try to remember these teachings. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Sri Radha Damodar ki jai. Srila Prabhupada